Welcome to the Author's Show by Griffin Publication. The success of our author is our success, and we keep your trust safe with us. Today, we have gathered here to launch a very interesting book, I would say, a collection of 22 short stories by our author, RK. And the rest is all to RK. He will surely explain, right, why RK, why 22, 22, and the title, everything is on him. We will surely talk to him. And I'm really grateful today to have with us Swapna Behera, ma'am. And thank you so much, ma'am, for taking out time for us. So let me introduce her. Swapna Behera, ma'am, is a trilingual contemporary poet, author, translator, and editor from Odisha, India. She is a former teacher of Kendra Vidyalaya. Her stories, poems, and articles are widely published in national and international journals, magazines, and translated into different national and international languages. She has penned 6 books of different genres, including 1 children's literature on environment. She is the recipient of the prestigious International Mother Language, Ugadi, I suppose I'm pronouncing it right, award winner 2019. She has been honored by Gujarat Sahitya Academy. She has been honored internationally by many organizations, and the list is never ending, actually. And she's the ambassador of many global literature forums. So a Global Literature Guardian Award, she has been awarded with that and whatnot. But I would like to refer to one of her poems, A Night in the Refugee Camp. That has really won the hearts of many and is very popular because it has been translated into 65 languages. So, ma'am, proud to have you with us today. And of course, RK is also very happy to see you here with us. And you are an official member of World's Nations Writers Union. You are chief admin for of motivational trips and the SAARC countries. You are a cultural ambassador for India and South Asia for Inner Child Press US, and you are also the life member of Odisha Environmental Society. So welcome. I welcome you to Griffin's Publication to launch RK's 22 Kids. Thank you so much for being here, ma'am. We have also with us, so Meera ma'am, she said that, you keep it simple, keep it simple. So actually not simple. She is I know her as a great orator, but she is a growthpreneur, runs communities on Facebook on storytelling and writing. And she conducts many story writing and telling contests also. We all should get connected to her because she runs online communities on storytelling and writing. And she is a blogger, she creates content, she doodles, publishes, compiles anthologies and poetry book. And we should also know this because why I have invited her, she is a wonderful storyteller. And besides being that, she is a coach to teachers, children, parents on mental and emotional well-being. And she uses, her technique is storytelling. And she practices NLP and positive psychology aspects. She has won Women Achiever and multiple awards for her work on writing, running initiatives, and being an influencer. Welcome, Meera ma'am. I hope you can hear me.
Thank you so much, Maushmi. Hello, Swapna ma'am. Hi, RK. Hi, Lilian.
So we have with us a great poet, Lilian Woo, ma'am. Ma'am is from Malaysia. She is also one of the important members and admin of Motivational Strips. She has been awarded with many international awards. She has been awarded by Malaysia too. She has, she's an eminent poetess, and she is a prolific poetess who has won several prestigious accolades internationally. And you should read her book, The Pearl Wonder. It's a poetry book. And again, her poems have been published in several international anthologies, prestigious journals. And recently, she has been awarded by SIPAI also. Even Swapna ma'am has been, awarded by SIPAI and Motivational Strips. She is at present the chief administrator with Motivational Strips and an editor in Writers Tribune, a weekly newspapers of MS. And she's also serving as the chief representative in World Nations Writers. And again, she is an ambassador general of National Peace Unison India International 2019. So the list is unending. We have wonderful personalities with her. Lilian Woo, ma'am, I hope you can hear me. I know I snatched your time. It was your dinner time. I requested you, and you still
It's
took out
okay.
time to launch our book. I'm really glad and thankful to all our eminent guests. And now coming, before we start the program again, formally, talking to RK and your ma'am, let me speak something about RK. RK, I will call RK. He will tell his name himself. All right. And, he is not only a writer, but he holds a good job. He, he is in the corporate, I hope I'm not mistaken. All right. He writes stories, and his book is, although it's 22, they are 22 stories, but you will find humor, you will find a bit of tragedy, you will find, like you can relate yourself to this book. If you have passed the life of a youngster, like your teenage, a child, we all, somewhere or the other, we can relate ourselves to these stories which he has spent down. So now, I would like to hear something about something from Swapna Behera, ma'am. Ma'am, how would you encourage our author RK today? I have already sent you bits and pieces from RK's book. So, what do you say today about RK as an author and his book 22 Stories?
First of all, I will congratulate you, RKG.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Radha Krishnanji.
Thank you, Swapna.
I love young writers because they are brave, they have the courage, and they speak a spade. No, they never believe on camouflaging. So when Mosumini told me about you and your second book, it seems, right? Your first book is 41-minute journey book.
Yes.
And this is your second book.
Yeah.
I was really happy to be connected. Dear young author, I am 67 years old. Certainly, this is the time that we people will learn from you. And the technique that you adopt, the time management that you adopt, the connectivity and the credibility that you possess, that is highly praiseworthy. I haven't read this book, but at the same time, when I see your profile, I am surprised. You are a multi-talented person, a software engineer, a hockey enthusiast, a marathon runner, and something like a frisbee player. The term is not very much familiar to me. So many multiple arenas you are covering. Now, again, I am coming to your writing part. When I see the index, there are some names, they have fascinated me. For example, 5-star chocolate, boss fair hike, one among 100 lies, work from home, Avengers from Tamil Nadu. What you read, some very catchy names. It immediately attracts the readers. So there lies your USB point. Okay. Now, may I ask you one question? As a reader, though the book is not with me, how come you decide to write the short stories? Do you first take or select the heading, or you develop the story and at the end you put a catchy name there? What is your choice? May I know?
Sure, ma'am, definitely.
Because it is time to listen.
Yeah, definitely, ma'am. And I'm so glad that you have spent your valuable time to come and discuss about my book and get to know from me. Thank you so much, ma'am. First, I would like to thank you and Meera ma'am and Lilian ma'am for taking your time and spending your valuable time in discussing about my book. And I'm so happy that I'm getting to know more about you people, and all of you have great achievers with multiple roles in your day-to-day life. So it's really inspiring me. So it just gives me a motivation to continue multiple things in the best way in all forms. Yeah, ma'am. So coming to your question, so obviously I'll start with the story first, and then we'll come up with the title. The other way doesn't work around. So based on the story and how the outcome and how we finish the story. So once I get the finalized version of the story, then I prepare a title for it.
Thank you so much. Eventually, I can guess that perhaps you, in Odia, we say that every short story ends abruptly, and it makes the reader ponder about the theme and all these things. So I feel certainly you might have adopted these techniques so that your whole story goes with the last punchlines, perhaps.
Exactly.
Because you are a software engineer and you know the technique, that you are a technocrat. So certainly within a short span of time, certainly that is my guessing as far as a teacher for years together.
I think there is some disturbance.
I can guess the things. Or I will, okay, I won't speak.
Swapna ma'am, I think we are missing you. Your voice is sometimes breaking for us.
More because so many other erudites are. From your face itself, I can guess your writing ability. Thank you. Yes, over
Thank
to
you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your enlightening words. And yes, RK must be motivated today, to continue his writing and all his, you can say, passion. And we have now with us, for me, I always call her a great orator because I always admire her when she speaks. So Meera ma'am, all yours. What would you say today?
Thank you so much, Mosmi, for your kind words. I mean, I really mean it when I say kind words because you've been so very humble and grounded in sharing about your experiences. Swapna ma'am, I mean, I really connect with the question or the thoughts that you shared with RK and he shared about his thoughts. RK, when I went through the blog, when Moshmi had shared about your journey. So what intrigued me was that 41, the first book that you wrote, and it actually was one of during those marathon journey, right?
Yeah, ma'am, exactly.
Okay. So that is 41, and the present book is 22. So 22 gifts. So I definitely see when I read the title, I see a lot of title, and Swapna ma'am had already shared those name also. So this 22, why is it 22?
Okay. To be frank, so I have written only 21 short stories when I decided to publish them as a collection. So I have written 21 short stories naturally.
Okay.
And so during the month of February, I just suddenly got a thought about, so what if we publish a book on 22nd February in the year 2022. So I just got this thought in the January end. So I had a story in my mind. So that is, which is my 22nd story. So I just thought, okay, let me complete that and try to get the collection published in February 22nd of this year. So, and also it's my second book. So the two becomes a common factor everywhere.
Okay.
So that was the point that made me to decide to publish this collection as a short story.
Okay.
So naturally that I have written 22 short stories in February month. So I just started converting them into a book. But obviously the process will be delayed to get ISBN and all those process, and it came till June. But still, we tried to maintain this 22. Like in title announcement, we announced it on May 22nd, and for the launch we fixed June 22nd.
Okay. It's still 2022, like 22 released in 2022. That's really nice. So, I'm sure these short stories are basis your corporate experiences.
No, ma'am. One or two stories will be related to my work, and that also has a part of my corporate experience.
Okay.
Yeah, and mostly the rest of the stories are mostly related to my real life experience.
Okay.
At least say some 10 to 20% will be something related to the real life, and from there I take it into a fictional world so that people can easily connect.
Okay, that's really nice. I would pass this to Miss Lilian, ma'am. I'm sure she has quite a few things that she wants to talk to you about.
Sure.
Yes, Lilian ma'am. Thank you so much, Meera ma'am.
Thank you, Mashami, for your invitations to attend the launch of the book 22 Gifts, and congratulations to the author, Ake. I'm very surprised that you're such a young writer. Now I'm curious where you get the inspirations to write your 22 stories of different elements like romance, this motivation, self-help, fantasy. Where do you get the inspiration?
Okay, so these 22 stories are written at different points of time. So whenever I get moved or I get impacted by something which I see, then I just try to document it in the form of story with some good start and unexpected ending. So that's how all these stories are developed. So I don't fix any time to write, like in this month I should complete this story or something like that. So I just continue my day-to-day work, and if I find something interesting, only then I take a pen and start writing them, so that it's not forceful. And it's been like, it took me around 3 to 4 years to complete all these stories. So whenever I find the moment that impacts me, then I convert that moment into a story with good start and unexpected ending.
The title of your books, 22 Gifts, is very unique, this title. Normally you see gifts, always put a smile on everyone's face. Normally when we receive gift, how do we feel? We feel happy, we feel touched, right? And gifts comes in many forms. And receiving a book as a gift is something very meaningful. Books are always for relaxations and entertainments, right? They have transformative powers for self-development and enrich our knowledge. They enhance intelligence and are the best companions during our leisure times. So coming out with this book with short stories, 22 short stories, I think it will be very interesting for those to read during intervals. But I think it takes about 5 minutes to complete one story, right? Yes, yeah, that's very brilliant.
So that's one of the idea behind this short story. So people, if people are like voracious reader, they can read 250-page story. But my friends who are not at all a reader, I cannot ask them to immediately read 100 or 200-page book. Whereas I can engage them with 5 to 10 minutes of a quick read, and just surprise them with some beautiful story. So that's how the idea began.
Very good.
And yes, Lilian ma'am, thank you so much for your wonderful words for RK. And yes, I also have a question for RK. Yeah, the date is very it's going with the title of the book today, 20. When I was making the poster of the launch, 22nd June 22 June 22. So it was also something I could relate it to the cover page. If you see the cover page of the book, 22 short stories. RK, would you love to show the book to our guest once do you have it in your hand?
Oh, no, mostly. So I'm in office. I need to get back to home.
Oh my God, how would we not? Okay, no issues. The books have reached RK sooner than me, actually. because due to certain issues, we had problems in sending the books. But however, if you see, there is the picture. I will show you
I can
the
show the
slide.
cover image. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm showing the cover image of the book. I request my technical head to show the, yeah. If you see the book, you see 22 gifts. And if you enlarge it, you will see that, two short stories. So how did this come to your mind, RK? That this S should be two. I know S is related to two. How did it come to your mind? And when you were asking my designer to design it, you had ideas. No, those short stories, S should look like two. So can you put some light on that?
Sure, Mosimi. So I will also try to show through my mobile.
Yeah.
I think it is not very clear.
I would like to clap. I think this moment has to be celebrated.
Yes, definitely. We will launch.
This is for you, dear young author.
Oh, thank you so much, ma'am.
22 gifts.
So, and we'll take this moment to release the book formally. I'll ask my technical head to show the slide, the second slide of the PPT. So here we formally released 22 Gifts, a collection of short stories to read during a break or for a break. Can we all clap our hands for RK and this wonderful book?
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Oh, this flower, ma'am has a, ma'am, Swapna ma'am. Can I see your flowers?
That's so sweet, ma'am.
That's really nice. Very thoughtful.
So as a writer, this moment really means a lot to me, having a wonderful personalities releasing my book. So I'm so honored and grateful. Thank you.
It's our honor to be here. And
our honor.
Yeah.
You
Something that
very
we
sweet,
can, why not for our friend? That's it.
So
really
certainly you have worked hard.
RK, we what about your?
So you deserve everything.
Yes, he deserves. So RK, what about your next plans? Are you planning your next book? Can you share something with our guests today? What about your next book? Are you planning or are you writing?
Yeah, sure, Mosmi. So before that, I will answer your previous question. And before taking the question, and I would like to thank Mosmi and Griffin Publication for their tireless efforts in from designing till and through editing. So I have since being an author of my first book and releasing myself, I have few knowledge about book publishing. So I would try to transfer and try to apply those knowledge and ask more questions to the Griffin Publications, and they are so patient to answer my questions, and I really need to thank Griffin Publication and Mosvi ma'am for all those patience. And we actually had few discussions, and it's like if it is different publications, they would have made me think like, okay, why should we publish your book? You're asking too many questions. But the patience Griffin Publication showed was really heartwarming, and I will be grateful for that, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Most welcome. Our duty is to encourage authors, good writers. So sometimes we may also get irritated, but we have to control ourselves, because our duty is to promote your books. Our duty is to encourage you, not to discourage you. Our duty is to see you keep writing, and this process of writing should continue.
Yeah.
Right. What about the next book?
Yeah. So as I already said, I will address the previous question first.
Yeah.
So as we decided, like 2 is going to be the common factor. It's also a second book. Let's try to have some play with the words in the cover page where people get attracted immediately. And so, and naturally we have short stories and 2 S in those 2 letters. So why not let's make those S into 2s, a mirror image of S. So that will also convey it. Initially, we had it as a collection of 22 short stories. Then why should we call it as 22 when the title itself says 22 gifts? So we just made it as a collection of short stories and made those 2 S's as a mirror image. So that also says us 22. We have some having more number of twos in the title. It's like kind of attracting the readers.
Wonderful. So now about your next book.
Yeah, so actually for I have while writing my first book, so I had plans for releasing it in two parts, and I have just completed with one part and left the story with a lead for the second part. So now then to make people read my first book, I was thinking like, okay, people should know me as I am a good writer. So I started writing short stories and started posting them in social medias. And then people recognized me, okay, he writes something good, and they started reading my first book. So now my friends have recognized me as a good writer with my short stories and my first book. So now I need to continue the second part of my first book. So yeah, second part of my first book, it's my next right piece of writing.
Wonderful, and all the best for that. So Swapna ma'am, as you have been a prolific writer, so what tips would you like to give RK today to promote his book and to make to welcome readers to read his book, because he is a budding author. We are all trying to promote his book, and we also wish that the youngsters, the young students, even the grown-ups, they should pick up the habit of reading books. And when such good books come up, we should welcome such books and read. So what tips would you give today to RK ma'am?
Mosumi ji, I am a bit reluctant. I want to take tips from RK ji. Okay, because time has changed, situation has changed, and they know better than we people. Our storytelling technique is different. Their storytelling technique is different. As I had told you earlier, the time management part, crisis management part, I always salute the young authors. And as far as the readers, extending the number of readers, I feel you can have your workshops. Workshops means your small get-togethers. Today, it is a highly, we have the technology in our hand. Maybe in your front room, any Saturday, your friends, you can sit together, you can read the story, and you can invite their opinion, what exactly they want. Interactive story mode is also there nowadays. 2 endings, 4 endings, options are there. You can ask your friends. Let there be a democratic way to extend our readers. Nowadays, we cannot impose. In the deductive method, we can have it with a cup of tea. We can listen, and it is a mutual thing. If you will listen to others, they will listen to us. That is the two-way traffic. We cannot impose. And as far as your story themes are concerned, they are so catchy. Even had there been the book in my hand, certainly I would prefer to read One Among 100 Lies, 5-Star Chocolates. These two immediately I will take up. Okay. Similarly, every individual has their own choice. So in a small sphere, we can start. We have the technology. YouTube is there. Many things can be done. So you are highly creative. With your conversation, I can know that SS and all this, highly creative. And Mosumi ji, she is also highly creative and meticulously she plans. I know her personally. She is a very good planner. So you can have any planning, taking the young minds all together, sit together, celebrate the story, enjoy the story. There is no hard and fast. Why no one is reading me? Why no one is not reading me? If you will read others, they will also read you. It is a mutual thing. Love each other, and then the story will take its own path and it will march forward on the national highway, international highway. Just my salute to all your stories. And thank you so much, Griffin Publication. You have invited me to be with the young author.
We must thank you. So we have Meera ma'am, you are a wonderful storyteller. Now, even if you ask me to keep it simple, I can't keep it simple because I have heard you narrating stories. I have heard you speaking on various social media platforms. So, ma'am, how would you what would you suggest RK today? Like, would you suggest him some storytelling tips, or would you love to take his welcome stories to your platform and sometimes invite for a storytelling session? What would you say today, ma'am?
Okay. So before talking about tips, I wish to say, Swapna ma'am, why young authors or writers look up to senior writers or authors? Because you just said, only when you listen, others also will listen. You're so humble enough. It's so nice that you shared about how you are ready to learn from each and every person you come across. And that in itself, motivates us. I will also place myself for some time in young authors line. Yeah, gonna be 40 soon. So, but still, so I want to say, would like to, that's a reason, why the young authors always look up at senior writers or authors, because it is this thought of ready to listen to others. And this, I think this will continue to everyone, I mean, generation after generation. Thanks for being that way. It's really nice. It means a lot for somebody, sharing that. And now, Mashmi, I do not have any tips. No, I would not say no tips or any suggestions. Be the way you are, RK. The very fact that you have written the first book and now the second book, and now you are telling that you're going to finish the unfinished thing. So you are in the direction which you have chalked yourself for. So keep continuing that. And from my side, no, all are. How do I say, all are born storytellers who are unique and special in their own way. Some people say, some people don't say the stories. That in itself is a story again. Some people write about it, some people share about it. Everybody shares it in their own unique, and that is special for each and every person. So what you have shared is in your unique way, and that is what is RK all about. So there is something that I wanted to share is that, I would definitely love to invite you as my podcast guest, where I invite you to talk about your journey as your, how did the writing, I will not say bug, the writing element embrace you, or you embraced writing, and what is that what is that you actually shared in whatever you shared in your first book and the second book about your journey as a software engineer, as a marathon runner, because you have been influencing people around you. You may never know. I mean, we might talk to 10 people, but 2 people would take something and go, right? That's what means a lot. So be you the way you are. And
Sure.
this is just my invitation. I hope you accept that. Yeah.
Definitely.
I would love to talk about your journey in my 20 to 21, 24 minutes podcast journey. We will definitely talk about that. I have a couple of more thoughts in my mind. Yes, I will check with Mashmi, or I can hit it across and we can take it across. Yeah.
But you must be very, 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 very proud today. And Meera ma'am inviting you for a.
Oh my God, Mashmi, I am just yet another. Thanks. You've been so humble enough in giving me such a special position, and it means a lot. And I just hope I always meet that expectation of yours. And RK, I'm just yet another person who's traveling in a line where you are traveling. It's just that we all love doing something, and we are doing that. That's why Lilian ma'am, Swapna ma'am, Mashmi, and you, we are all in one screen together. Though we might do it in a different way, but the path chosen is something towards this common line. So I wish you the best. Thank you, Mashmi.
Most welcome, ma'am, and thanks for this invitation. Definitely, I will share your contact number with RK directly so that he can contact you and you can invite him. So RK, you must be happy today. We have Lilian Woo ma'am from Malaysia. Ma'am is a prolific writer and a wonderful poetess. Yes, Lilian ma'am, how would you encourage or motivate RK today with some of the tips? Because you are very active on social media, and we see you writing. In fact, I see Lilian Woo ma'am writing daily, in fact. So this writing, in Hindi we say kira. It's not kira, but it's something which should touch us. It should be in us so that we can keep writing. And this, this habit of writing should be always with us. Yes, Lilian Woo ma'am, how would you, what tips or how would you encourage RK today to keep writing?
The tips I want to give, I think Swapna already given most of the tips. Actually, reading must be encouraged, especially for young students who spend most of their times on computer games. And parents also must play a role in motivating and encouraging the reading habits to their children. And then, okay, you refer your story in your book as gift. Yes, they are gift, the gift of life. That is wonderful, and it is in various forms. Gifts are treasured in every stage of our life. And one tip I will give you is open every positive chapter of your life in pages, like your books, the 22 gifts. Instill confidence and walk through the reality of life. And you will gain success. All the best wishes to you. Once again, congratulations.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Lilian ma'am. I hope RK will also read Lilian ma'am, Swapna ma'am, Meera ma'am, and he will get encouraged. I'll share their details to you so that you can see how they keep on writing daily. I'm in fact inspired by Swapna ma'am, Lilian ma'am, and Meera ma'am, because I see them. I see Lilian ma'am and Swapna ma'am writing daily they post beautiful poetry. So it's like, thoughts, imaginations, whatever. You all are penning down, and I used to write daily, but nowadays, professionalism, profession, sometimes it comes as a barrier. Still, when I see you people writing day and night, I get encouraged, I get motivated that yes, we should learn a lot from people like you, from writers and authors like you, poets like you. Yes, RK, what would you like to say today? How are you feeling today? Your experience, as formally released the book today. The book is available on Amazon. It will be available on Flipkart. It will be available as ebook and Kindle and KDP for all the countries too. Yes, RK.
I'll be grabbing my copy.
Yeah, thank you so much.
That's so sweet. Yeah. So yeah, thank you, Mousmi. So it's been a great book launch session. So in addition to that, I feel this as an opportunity to learn from these wonderful personalities. The first thing I would like to learn from them is their humbleness and how they are down to earth. So Swapna ma'am is like she's willing to learn from me, and Meera ma'am is inviting me for her podcast session. So it's like they're so humble and trying to learn from me, and Lilian ma'am is so sweet to encourage a budding writer like me. So I just love to learn their humbleness being an established writer. So it's really an eye-opener moment for me to go deep in the writing career. So I would also like to stay connected with all three of these wonderful persons, because they are part of the most important moment of my life. Because for every writer, releasing their book is something very important and emotional. So me sharing that moment with these three and you wonderful persons, I would like to stay connected with all of you. I will try to get your contacts from Mousmi, and I will also follow your writings, and I will also try to write it on daily basis. So I feel overwhelmed to be part of this moment. Thank you, Mousmi, for bringing these wonderful personalities to this launch session.
Thank you so much, RK. So again, I wish you all the best for all your future endeavors. You keep on writing. We wish to see you. And I would also suggest you to keep writing and posting something about your book daily on social media platforms so that people get idea. And as I told you, the book will be available on all platforms and you all can grab. We have kept the audience limited because many times we get disturbed by the audience spectators when we share the link, we will share this on YouTube channel and all the social media platforms. People can see this, watch this launch, and this will also be covered by various media portals. So thank you so much, Swapna ma'am. Meera,
My pleasure.
know, ma'am, I snatched your dinner time. I know. But today, thank you so much for encouraging our author RK. I request and I welcome all of you, all the readers who would be watching this show, to grab 22 Gifts by RK. And it's a short book. It's not a lengthy book. You can just read it at one go. And yes, we all can learn a lot from this book. Thank you so much, our eminent guest. And thank you so much, RK. All the best to you and heartiest congratulations.
Congratulations, Griffin
Yes.
Publication too.
Yes. Best wishes to Griffin
Congratulations.
Publications, Moshmi. Lilian ma'am, it was lovely meeting you here. I have read your
Yes.
words. I'm also part of the same community motivation strip. It's a wonderful group to be there. And nice to see you today. And Swapna ma'am, I have heard about you and lovely to catch up with you today. It's really nice. Thank you, Moshmi, for this. RK, best wishes. The journey doesn't end here. Our journey always continues. Best wishes to you always. Thank you so much.
I love
Thank you,
you.
Mashumi. Thank you, my friend, and congratulations again, RK. Continue writing. Keep your
Yeah.
pen flowing.
Sure, ma'am. Definitely.
And it's nice meeting you, Meera.
Thank you,
And
ma'am.
Swapna tonight.
I'm also so happy to meet Meera ji, Lilian ji. In some other platform we have met, but Meera ji for the first time I'm meeting. And RK ji, marathon runner, my dear. So perhaps the next book, very soon it will come. All my best wishes to you. And
Thank you.
certainly I will buy the book and I will go through.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much. So here we end our show today. Keep reading, keep writing, and do not forget, we are here to make your book the best, and we are here to accept your book if you write very well, and we are always here to guide you in your writing journey. Thank you so much, and heartiest congratulations, RK.
And keep publishing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Moshimi ji, for